Hey, my creators, are you ready to make vivid, beautiful, absolutely stunning, and very unique designs for your tumblers? Just like the one that you see here that I created? Well, stick with me, check out this video, and I'll show you how. Let's get started. All right, creators, I am over on canva.com. And those of you who follow me know that I have the pro subscription. I'm sorry. And those of you who are new, I would highly advise you to get the pro version. It's just so much simpler, so much easier. You get so many different fonts and features and apps that you can use that you cannot use in the free version. So I would really, really recommend that you get the pro version. All right, so this beautiful design, I am so pleased with this. I love this, absolutely just love this design. I just made this a little while ago, and I made this specifically for an item on Printify. It is the Vagabond 20-ounce tumbler. And so this particular design was created in 3058 by 1715 pixels. So this design was already created, and I'm going to pop over to Canva just to show you how it looks on this particular tumbler. Okay, so let's head over to Printify. I have already downloaded this design as a PNG. And when I downloaded it, just for those of you who may not remember, you want to increase the resolution. So we're going to increase the size to possibly a 2, depending on what Printify notifies us. They'll let us know if the resolution is high enough. We are looking for the resolution to be at least 300 dpi. If it is not 300 dpi, then we're going to have to come back over to Canva and increase this wheel up so that the resolution will be at least 300 dpi. But I have a feeling that this might be 300 dpi. Sometimes you never know. It really depends on how many items are on the design itself, how many effects, all those different things. This design has a lot of color in it, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but I've already downloaded it. So let's pop over to Printify now. All right, my creators, we are on printify.com, and I have already saved this particular item in my favorites. So I'm just going to click on my favorites and I'm going to scroll down. If you have not used this particular catalog item, it is called the Vagabond 20-ounce tumbler. I've heard great things about this tumbler. I have not personally had one of these tumblers yet, but I do have some friends who have used this and they swear by this tumbler. So I'm going to trust what they have said. And I am going to click on this tumbler. It's a nice looking tumbler. It's 20 ounces and it's stainless steel and it's spill resistant, double wall insulation. So let's start designing. One thing you should always know when you're designing for tumblers, what people do wrong, they make one particular size when they're designing. And unfortunately, that size may not work for every print on demand vendor. So, Printful's um, 20-ounce tumbler size, it's still a 20 ounce, but the design itself, they may require it to be a different size. So just make sure you check with your print provider to make sure what size you need to design your tumbler design before you start designing. Otherwise, it might not turn out so well. So this particular one is 3058 by 1715 pixels. And that's what I created the design in Canva to be because I knew that I wanted to upload it to this particular tumbler. So now I'm going to start uploading that particular item. And when we do, Printify is going to let us know if this is a 300 DPI at minimum. Okay, so it is adding it to the library. I don't like to waste your time, waiting around to see what's going to happen. So I just usually pause the video and come back to you because your time is precious and I want to just get on with the video. All right. So, oh, look at that. The resolution is 600. So we are good to go. This resolution is perfect. It's beautiful. The design looks great. And so now, if we click on the preview, it will show us. Now, I'm interested in knowing what the variants are. Let's see. There are no variants. It's just silver. Could it be white? No, it's just silver and it's 20 ounce. Okay, so let's click on preview and let's see what the mock-up views. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. So this is the front. Can you imagine this in your store? This would probably sell like hotcakes. Why? Because it's different. You want things that stand out. You don't want to be the same. You want things that people really notice. I guarantee you, nobody has this in their store. So I try to make designs that are very unique, and I want you to do the same thing. So you can either follow me and learn from me and create your own. And if you don't have time for that, like I've said before, I do sell items and I sell them very minimal because I want you to succeed. So, when you go to my store, you'll see things for 40 cents, 75 cents. I don't think anything is over $1 in my store because I really, really want you to succeed. So, this is gorgeous. Look at that. I love this. The whole point of this design, you'll see right here, all of the women that I have on here, their faces are not covered. So I wanted you to see their faces up front. And then on the other side of it, I wanted kind of like a glitter effect, but this was just the main focal part right there. The woman where it says blessed. And this is a seamless design as well. I will show you how to make seamless designs as well so that when you're making your designs for your tumbler wraps, they will be seamless because that's important to a lot of people. They want to they want the design to just look like it continues on. And I can appreciate that because a lot of you who have been with me for a little while now know that I don't like when art just kind of cuts off. I think art should always just continue. So here's another preview of the item in context. This is, I think, just laying on something, concrete or a counter, maybe a countertop. So this is absolutely gorgeous. So I want to show you how to make a tumbler similar to this. So let's hop back over to Canva and I'll show you how you can make your own if you choose to. Hey creators, just popping in for a moment. Just wanted to remind you, if you are a creator who's just looking for some quick images, you don't feel like making them yourself, but you do need some for your print on demand items, well, check out my store, joyartclub.online. I have some really unique and beautiful images starting at only 40 cents. So check it out if you don't have time to make your own. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, my creators, we're back over on canva.com like I promised. And so, what you want to do, we are on the old design. So, I could just add a page because that's already the design size that we needed. But for those of you who are new, I want you to know from the beginning what you would do. So, if you're on the home page of Canva, let me get back to the home page here of Canva. You want to create a design, and the design that you need, again, remember it is dependent upon which particular vendor or print on demand vendor you are going with. But for now, I am going to choose the same size because I'm creating this for the same tumbler that we just saw in Printify. And so this is going to be, the units will be in pixel, which is on the right hand side, the PX. If it's not automatically in pixel, you want to click this arrow to the right and you want to choose pixel. So if it's on inches, you click this arrow and choose pixel. And now for the width, you're going to type in 3058 And for the height, you can just tab over. The tab is going to be 1715. And then you are simply going to create a new design. Now, what you want to do, the first thing that you want to do, and I just recently learned this. If you go to the Elements tab and you type in grid, because this is how we are going to make our design seamless. And the grid that you want is the one with the two panes in it, left to right. So when you click on that, it's going to automatically pop over onto the page that you have selected. And for spacing, we want to choose this and we want to take the spacing all the way down to 0. The more space that's in there, there's no seam. So we want it to be 0 so that it is seamless. There is no seam at all. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. So the first thing you want to do is decide on what background you want to use. So I'm going to choose this one and I'm going to pop it over into place. I'm going to click on it again and I'm going to pop it on the right side. Now, remember, we have two panes here, one on the left and one on the right. So the one on the left, we're going to double click it and we are going to make sure that this um, item is pulled all the way to the left side. And it is. So that's good. Now, what I want to do in particular with this one, the one on the right, I'm going to double click in here. And the only reason that I'm doing this, guys, is because, first of all, you see that when you double click on either one of these, the width of it is the same size as the actual frame. So we don't have any room to pull it over, right? We don't have any room to pull it to the left or to the right. So what I want to do, I want the right side of this to match up to the right side of this one. All right, so I'm going to click in here and I am going to flip this horizontally. Okay, so it's flipped horizontally. So these two pieces match up together seamlessly. And you can imagine when this wraps around, this side all the way over here on the right and this side all the way over here on the left, they're going to match up together. So now the next thing that you want to do is you want to download this as a JPEG, just as you see it right here. The reason you want to download this as a JPEG is because if you click on, let me show you. If I click on any photo or element, because this is a frame, a Canva frame, it's going to try to possibly pop it inside of the frame. And we don't want that because we want the frame to be just as it is. For instance, if I drag this over, you see, it's taking up that frame. So I don't want that. So I have to make sure that this, what you see on screen, is a JPEG picture so that it can't be edited. So let's download this as a simple JPEG file, and then we will upload it again into this same page. So let's download this. So now that it's downloaded, I'm going to upload it. But remember, right here is the original. I'm going to keep my original. Some people delete their originals, but I like to keep my original stuff intact. So I'm just going to add a page and I'm going to click on the move up arrow to move this page to the top so we're working on this page. So what I'm going to do down here, I'm going to type original. So I know that this is the original right down here on page 2. So on page 1, I'm going to now upload the file that we just downloaded. So the file is uploading and it is here now. So I'm going to just click on this file and I am going to right click and I'm going to say set image as background. So you see it looks the same as this, but it is a JPEG instead of an editable file. So now if I click on that same picture, it's not going to affect the background. Okay? So this is perfect. All right, so now that I have my file, because this is the file that I want to use, I am going to remove the background on this file and I'm going to move it over a little bit. And on the bottom here, you see it looks like the AI created some kind of initials. So I don't want the initials there. So I'm going to click on edit and I'm going to go to the Magic Studio and we are going to do an eraser, magic eraser. So I am going to just kind of hover over it right there and it should erase it. And I think it tried to, but it looks like it's still there just a little. So let's do it again. Erase. Okay, looks like it's still there just somewhat. I don't know why that one is so hard to get rid of. It's usually very easy, but I think it deleted it some because before the ink was black. All right, so I'm going to close out of the magic eraser. Nope, it's still there. I don't know why that is still there. I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, creators, the third time was a charm, so it finally removed it. I guess sometimes you just have to work with it a little more than you planned on. But hey, that's part of designing. All right, so I'm going to make her just a little smaller, just a bit. And I want to put her in the middle. So this was, or not in the middle, but I want the edge of this image to be on the middle of the design. I think it is. So now let me duplicate her. You see, we have two of her. And I am going to flip this one around horizontally. And I'm just going to move it over so it's lined up right on the outside of her. So they should be equally in the middle. We're going to check this in something called, I think it's called Seamless Pattern Checker. I've used it before. All right, now I'm going to hold the shift key to grab both of these together and I am pulling them down somewhat. And if I group these, that might make it easier to work with. Okay. Looks like that's somewhat in the middle. All right, so, and you know what I just realized? Because she has writing on her hat, this one is going to be backwards. So we have to probably flip that back around because yeah, I don't think that'll work with the words on there. If there were no words on there, we could flip it around. But because there are words on there, you can only read words one way. So I'm envisioning this backwards on a cup, and that I don't think that's going to work. But we'll see once we upload it anyway. It's an easy fix regardless. So now all you have to do is go in and start adding your whatever little elements you want. And those of you who know me, what do you think I'm going to add in here? I know you know. I love me some gold glitter. Okay, so let's see what they got to offer in gold glitter. I always love this. It's one of my favorite elements here. Gonna do this, and I think we're gonna move this to the back of our focal images. So I'm gonna go to position. We are gonna move this to the back. Perfect. Okay, now let's see what other elements we might want to add in here. All right, creators. So you can see I added a couple of gold stars in here, just some extra little stuff. Let me add one more thing. My favorite gold slash. Let's see if there's a place for this. There's always a place for gold. All right, so let's duplicate this, put this over here. And she actually has silver. So I could have done silver, but I just love gold, and I think gold and silver match up together. So let's do this. Let's do this. Make it a little larger. All right. And I think we can actually position these somewhat behind our ladies so it doesn't overpower them. All right, we don't have to put them on the top. We'll just leave them on the bottom. Well, maybe. Why not, right? Go for the gold. No pun intended. I can't seem to grab these easily. So while I'm on the layers tab, I'm going to click on them to the left in this layers tab because I can see them easily there. Now I'm going to duplicate and I'm going to bring these up top. While I'm on my layers tab, I'm going to bring these behind the ladies as well. Great. I love that. Gold, who said gold and silver doesn't go together? It definitely does. All right, so here we are, my creators. We have our beautiful, beautiful design. Let's name this Sassy Twins. And because I created this for a particular tumbler, I'm going to put on here also in the name what the design is for. So it's called Sassy Twins, and this is for the Vagabond, there's a D in there, 20-ounce tumbler. So now I'm going to just save this file. And now I'm going to download. But now when we download, we want to download it as a PNG. And this is where we want to increase the size. So the last time we changed the size, when I had downloaded that initial file, I think I changed the size to 2 and it made the DPI 600. So that was great. So we want to just download page 1, and this is a PNG, but it does not have a transparent background. And we are going to download, and then we're going to hop over to Printify and see what it looks like over there. Hey creators, before we jump over to Printify, I think I had mentioned to you the site. It's a free site called patternchecker.com. Excuse me. I think I said seamless pattern checker, but that's not the name of it. It's actually patternchecker.com. PATTERNCHECKER. Patternchecker.com. And you simply upload your file that you've downloaded from Canva. And this is where you can check and you can view and see that your pattern is actually seamless. So you can see from looking at this that our pattern is seamless because it just keeps repeating itself. So I just wanted to show you that quickly. I will make sure that I have the name of this also linked in the description in case you want to check it out for yourselves. All right, creators. So I took the liberty of uploading the file to Printify. And if you look on the right hand side, it shows that it is 600 DPI. So this is wonderful, 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 wonderful. So now let's click on preview. And when we click on preview, oh, there's our tumbler. It looks beautiful. I love this. Gorgeous. Here it is in context. And let's look at some more previews. This is it laying on the countertop. This is the back side of it. And you see we have our seamless pattern. There's no gap in between the two frames that we used on Canva. No gaps at all. Here's one side of it. And here is the other side of it. I love this. I think this is so pretty. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me in the comments what you think. I will also have this design available. So if you want to sell this in your shop as an actual print on demand item, an actual tumbler, you can purchase this design. Yeah, this design and the other one that I did, I'll have them both available in the shop for you soon. And you can use those to put on your print on demand items. And these are gorgeous. I love these. So, my creators, you now know how to make your own images for your tumblers. So, if you didn't quite get the process, don't worry about it. We will do more, and I will specifically do more videos that are tailored just for the tumblers on Printful, as well as some additional ones on Printify. Hope you enjoyed it. I want to remind you to please join the Joy Art Club Creators Group. I'm going to have something very special in that group coming up, so you don't want to miss it. I'll be giving away free images, all kind of things, wonderful coupons, 50 and 75% off coupons to images on my site. So you definitely want to sign up for my creators group. It's free, it costs you nothing. So just go over there, sign up. You'll also be the first to know when I am giving things away, when I have free classes that won't be offered to just the general YouTube community. So you'll have to be in the creators group in order to get all of that information. Okay. So please, creators, make sure you sign up. Also, I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, the more that we create, the less that we hate. I'll see you in the next video.